Hey y'all, it's Stacey. Welcome back to the kitchen. Today we're making a recipe that you might think is a little ordinary, but I've got a secret ingredient that my mom has always used in her mashed potatoes, and I'm gonna show you this because it makes them super creamy and extra delicious. Now, I've started with about 2 pounds of russet potatoes that I've peeled, covered with water, and added about 2 teaspoons of salt. I choose to peel my potatoes just because in my family, we've got some picky eaters that don't love the peels on the potatoes, but you could absolutely leave all of the peels on there or some of the peels. And you can use other kinds of potatoes as well. Russets seem to do a really good job with mashed potatoes though. So I've added them to a large bowl here. To this, I'm going to add 1/3 cup of milk. I've got about 4 tablespoons of butter. In this case, you could use salted or unsalted butter. And our secret ingredient, this is about 1/3 cup of mayonnaise. Now I know what you're thinking, mayonnaise, but think about what mayonnaise is. It's an emulsion of eggs and oil. They're gonna keep these potatoes nice and moist. It's gonna give them a little fluffiness and make them super creamy. Even when you tell folks that you put mayonnaise in your mashed potatoes, they might turn their noses up to you until they taste them. I promise, it's super delicious. Now I'm doing this the old-fashioned way and using a potato masher. But you could use a mixer on a low speed. The one thing that I will say with that though is using a mixer, you do run the risk of over mixing these potatoes and giving them the texture of like wallpaper paste. So you just wanna mix them if you're using a mixer just to the extent that they're nice and creamy and everything is mixed through. For some reason, there's something therapeutic about using a potato masher like this, so this is typically the way that I do it. We're just gonna continue to mix this together. And even though we added salt to our water, we may need to add a little additional salt to this, maybe some pepper. It's one of those things where you just have to cook to taste, and I know people sometimes are discouraged by that whole idea of cooking to taste. But the reality is that sometimes, you know, if you used salted butter, you might have a different level of salt, so you might need to adjust that right there at the end. This is great served alongside some meatloaf, some fried chicken, whatever it might be. Folks, you can find this full, super easy recipe with that secret ingredient on the website at southernbite.com. Just visit the Simply Southern TV section. Y'all enjoy.
Mary, I know lots of folks that don't like mayonnaise, so I bet we had more than a few folks going, ew, when Stacey revealed the secret ingredient.
Maybe so, but let me assure you, they don't taste anything like mayonnaise. It just makes them creamier and enhances the natural flavor.
And take Stacey's advice, the brand of mayonnaise does matter. He says regular mayonnaise will work, most brands, but stay away from the ones with a sweeter flavor like Miracle Whip.
Yeah, nobody wants sweet mashed potatoes.
No.
Use sweet potatoes if you want sweet mashed potatoes. Thank you for watching Simply Southern today. I hope you'll be back with us next week when we'll tour a museum that honors service members who do the dirty work, the enlisted men and women.
And the next Olympic Games are more than a year away. In the meantime, we'll take you to the Ag Olympics in Southeast Alabama. I'm Kevin Worthington.
And I'm Mary Wilson. We'll see you then. Simply Southern is produced by the Alabama Farmers Federation and made possible with the support of Alabama Farmers Cooperative and these sponsors.